Class is in session. All right, guys, welcome to Unlearn 16, my first podcast on this beautiful Buffy wall right here.
Mm-hmm. I did not know it was Buffy.
I really hate Stacey. I don't know why I invite her on this show. This is Stacey Greenliving. Some people call her Stacey Green. She has a pretty impressive TikTok account. I find her marginally funny. And she has a book coming out, but she won't let me tell you what the book's about. So
Not yet.
Guys, it could be about how to fold things. It could be about sharks. We don't know.
I mean, it's neither one of those, but...
Get on the edge of your seat and just wait.
For me to get my act together.
Before we go on with our topic for today, can I ask you, I need to ask you a serious question.
Okay.
Why have you never?
I know. You know
it's
what?
7 seasons of pure joy.
Listen, I understand. Here's the thing for your listeners / watchers. I really like vampires. I love any kind of supernatural anything. I love Anne Rice. I love True Blood. I read all the books. I watched all the shows. I feel like Buffy. I feel like I missed the boat on Buffy. Like it's too late for me to.
It's not.
Go back.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
It just seems so like I just have zero interest in it. I'll do it for you. Joe and I have a deal where she will watch every episode of The Office, which is my absolute all-time favorite. And I will watch Buffy.
It's not only on Disney, it's also on Prime.
You know what? When I'm recovering, I will watch Buffy.
7 seasons.
Ooh, that's a lot of commitment. I think The Office is 9. So
jump it.
Burn.
They're only half hours, right?
Yes.
All right.
So. Are these hours?
It's a real show. Stacey, they have a lot of metaphor, a lot of application, a lot of real life stuff going on.
I'm full of excitement for it.
All right. Please, if you subscribe to my channel, can you please inundate this comment section telling her to watch Buffy? Please.
Fine.
All right. But that's not what we're going to talk about today because we can't talk about Buffy because you've never even seen an episode.
True story.
So, what we are going to talk today, Talk about today is Grammar 101. No, is Black Widow, the new Black Widow movie. We both seen it. We do both share a love of superheroes.
We do.
A love of hot women in superhero movies.
True story.
So I thought this would be a great conversation. So what was your instantaneous... If you haven't seen it, by the way, there probably will be spoilers.
Yeah.
So for the love of God, watch it. It's been out for 17 years now. What was your first?
I mean, like 3 weeks.
In COVID years?
That's true.
It's a long time.
My first impression of the overall movie?
Yeah, you walk out. Well, you didn't walk out. You watched it on Disney Plus.
Yes.
Because, as we'll get to, they didn't release it theatrically.
Dun.
But what was your first impression?
So I don't love Black Widow. Out of all of the Marvel superhero universe stars, I think she's my least favorite.
Because she has no real superpowers?
Because she has no superpowers. Yeah. Like, you're a spy. You'd be a super cool spy.
True. I'd like her with an eye patch a little bit, but anyway.
What's his face has the eye patch? You can't. Samuel,
If they both had it, that would be too much. She should have the other eye patched. Okay.
So I don't love Black Widow. I don't think there's anything particularly special about her. The only reason I like Scarlett Johansson is because she was married to Ryan Reynolds. Like,
you don't like Scarlett Johansson?
She's lovely to look at.
Like her soul. I mean her soul.
For sure. Yeah, she's all right. I don't dislike her. But I liked the movie because I liked the other characters in it. Mm-hmm. I liked her sister and I liked her father. And I love Rachel Weisz.
Who was that?
Her mom.
Yeah,
but I love her from like The Mummy. Like, I love her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
She is a smoke show and a
half. The older women, eh?
I mean, older. How much older is she than me?
3,
than you?
4 months.
Nothing.
Oh, you're killing me. I'm older than her for like 5 minutes, but she loves to talk about how it's a different decade.
It is a different decade. It truly is.
I said she got the crappier one.
So I liked it, but I liked it because of the secondary characters, I think.
But I think that's what makes a great movie. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, that's what takes a movie from being decent to being great, is the notion that you have, it's not even a supporting cast, but you have a cast. And that's what, when I look at all the other Marvel movies, and I try to pick out my favorite, and by the way, I this one's up there. It really is. Did you choke on your coffee there?
Yes.
Dial it down. Really, and here's why. Because when I try to pick out a single, I'm gonna take out the Marvel movies, Endgame and Infinity War. I don't think that's fair. You can't just throw everybody in and say that's your fix. But individually speaking, one-off movie. I know a lot of people say Spider-Man.
No, I like Thor.
As you like the first one or Ragnarok?
I love Ragnarok. He's
but then that's
funny
with the Hulk.
And so handsome.
They totally changed his whole character in that movie.
He's so funny and handsome.
But that's what they did in that movie.
But even the first Thor.
Nobody likes these ones. Let's make him fun. It's true.
Stop it.
It's true. It's totally true.
Natalie Portman? I love Thor.
I do love Natalie Portman, but
I think he's taking a left turn here, but I think Thor is my favorite.
But I'm worried that you're judging this movie based maybe on his aesthetic a little too hard.
I mean, he's
very
attractive
content
and tall.
But
very tall and attractive. That's
Marvel,
it.
if you could just bring us tall, attractive people, you got Stacey.
100%. How tall is Spider-Man? 5'3"? Like, come on.
He's a little boy. I don't know. Of course he's tiny.
No one's
gonna
be like, oh my god, Spider-Man's so hot. No, he's not.
But
like, he's cute.
But now you're just judging the movie based on hotness.
Are we not judging Scarlett Johansson based on her hotness?
I'm saying that might be the reason why I wanted to see it. I am not saying, and if Scarlett Johansson's listening, and I want you on my podcast at some point,
whenever you're available.
Whenever you're available, that's not the only reason I love. I think that's why I went into it.
She's not tall.
But you know what else I also went? Yeah, she's
wicked tiny.
Just so everybody knows, Stacey's 7'10".
I'm 6'2".
And she has this weird fixation on height. Obviously, I can't believe we're friends. I'm a mere 5'6". She won't even stand near me. Heaven forbid, put heels on her.
We're not sitting though. Look at us sitting.
Oh, thank God.
We're pretty close.
I have risers built into this set, and we're like, does she need a riser? But when she sits, she's kind of normal. How does that feel?
Mediocrity. I made it.
All right, so talking about this, so I walked into this movie, and I don't know, I wasn't willing to pay money for it, but I did, because that's what you had to do. And I sat down, and for me, I was entertained from the beginning all the way to the end. There wasn't a moment of that movie where I'm like, I'm kind of bored. Like, seriously. And I think it was great cast. Mm-hmm. I think it was great dialogue, great sarcasm. And then under it all was trying to figure out, the whole sort of scheme of the underworld of the CIA thing. But by the time I watched it, the controversy had already started.
Yeah.
Right?
I think the controversy was done by the time I watched it.
So you went into the movie already knowing about Disney and the lawsuit?
I did. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think? Because to me, when I was watching that movie, and I'll explain my part in a second, all I could think about watching that movie was that dynamic and how it very oddly played out in that movie.
How?
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
So when you find, again, spoiler alert, I mean, for the love of God, folks, rent it. Do something. Support Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
And again, Scarlett Johansson, if you're listening to me.
Because Disney did not.
At the end, when she understands she has to sever the nerve, right? Mm-hmm. Which was such a beautiful moment in that movie. And she's talking about how this guy, this old, white, overweight, annoying guy, has manipulated and controlled all of these women to serve his own end. And she finally figures out how to break that for herself and all other women. You didn't think of the CEO of Disney? I did not. No. I literally thought
the symbolism of it all
is amazing.
No, I didn't. I think she really got screwed there, and I love that she didn't stand for it. No matter what happens, like I'm sure she's definitely gonna pay for it. Isn't that the worst though?
She's gonna pay for it. Hey, maybe we should explain it. You want to explain what happened, just so in case somebody listening is like,
I don't know. Is she a producer though? Is that why?
Producer?
Like, is she part of the team that's producing it? Is that why she was like, I get a say in why it's?
No. Part of her so the way I understand it, and again, I'm sure somebody's going to correct me, but the way I understand it is this: in her contract, it said it would be a theatrical release.
Yes. Okay.
Right.
I didn't know she was a producer, so part of it would be her.
But
monetarily.
Again, monetarily, she was going to get a cut of the theatrical release. So I'm assuming that was her back end. So she got paid X, but then her back end is getting released at the movies, which would have been so much more than anything else. And Disney decides, nah, we're not going to do that. So she sues, and Disney comes out with, that's so mean during COVID. That was their comeback. some Disney execs decide. I think that wins the case. If their comeback is, how mean.
Who would have made that decision to go against the contract?
Mean. They would have made a decision about how much money it was going to cost, I guess, to pump it out. They would have also, in my humble opinion, made a decision about a female lead.
What a mean woman.
What a horrible
What a B word.
I think she's a feminist.
That is an F word right there.
So I just spit all over the place. So she does that. She sues, but the back end of that, she'll never get another Disney movie.
Right?
Never. And Disney, let's be honest, folks,
They
what
own
doesn't Disney own anymore?
Everything. That's the worst part of it.
She will never. It's kind of like you go up against the boss. She is 100% in the right.
Yeah, for sure.
She's 100. She will win this lawsuit. They will make an agreement. Whatever will happen, she is 100% right. But
to her own detriment.
She'll never work again.
No.
For Disney.
And
if you don't, and let's be honest, if you don't work for Disney, then what? Who do you work for?
Now she's going to do stupid independent films.
That's what she'll have to. And you got to know they're just going to.
kidding. Independent films are not stupid.
That's it. I don't ally myself with Stacey Green. The opinions expressed
Art
in the
is
following
art
broadcast. But the thing is that he'll pick up a phone. You got to think that Disney will pick up a phone, or everybody's all heard of it, and all they're going to talk about is how this woman is a troublemaker, causes issue. Could have just kept her mouth shut. Would have had more. But she wasn't going to any more. She wasn't going to any more Black Widows. Spoiler alert.
No, yeah, she's not.
That wasn't going to happen. But now what do you do? Because I think this has, people talk about it like just in the movie realm, but holy crap, it just has such huge implications for everything else.
She's going to live on SNL money for the rest of her life. Her husband's the guy. Colin,
yeah. I can't believe he got her.
Colin, what's his face? Maybe he's wicked funny.
He must be really funny.
Wicked smart.
Really funny.
Maybe he's got other attributes.
No, not on my podcast.
But maybe he's a good guy.
But this is an interesting. So let's talk about women in general in Marvel movies. Who would be your second favorite female character in the MCU?
I can't even think of a second female character.
It's so upsetting because I also would like Brie Larson. I would like to come on.
Oh, Brie Larson.
She's just Captain America. I mean, jeez.
My gosh, that's embarrassing.
Captain Marvel. I think her name was the problem.
I didn't love Captain Marvel either. Yeah, it's a terrible
I think
name.
her name is the problem. I mean, that's a comic book name, but
yeah.
Who was sitting around the comic book table back in the day going, Black Panther, Captain America, Thor, and I know. Captain Marvel. We're just going to name her right after the comic books.
Yeah, no.
I mean, it was a guy.
I didn't even love that movie. Like, I liked it, but would I watch it again? I mean, maybe.
And then she took a lot of crap too.
Did she?
Yeah. People called her all sorts of names. They didn't like her as Captain Marvel.
I think she was fine as Captain Marvel.
People thought, it's just affirmative action, right? Because Captain Marvel technically was a guy in the comic. I think.
Was he?
So everybody was all mad that it was a woman in the.
Christ.
And then they didn't like her. But I mean, I thought her sarcasm was on point. I thought her sort of disconnect from humanity was on point.
Mm-hmm. I don't dislike her as a. I just didn't love. There was nothing spectacular for me in that movie.
I was really bored with the way she became Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
A little
and
bit.
also, why can't she? She's got all these powers. Why can't she just wipe out everything?
Like Thanos.
In one fell swoop.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
Like,
she is supposed to be the most powerful.
Right?
But in all fairness to her, she is trying to protect the universe.
I mean, whatever.
So maybe
if she's wiping out half of it, though, like, couldn't she just come in and be like, bye?
Well, she did. She stepped in.
I know.
Not to ruin Endgame for those who haven't seen
from 14 years ago.
Well, what other women? And I'm wearing a Black Panther shirt purposely. I think Black Panther might be one of my favorite standalones.
Totally. I love Black Panther.
And the thing that I love most about Black Panther, has to be the women.
Yeah, his sister.
His sister, but all of those, like
Michael B. Jordan,
shaved
such a
head,
yeah,
women, those women, right? And you think about who gets to be Black Panther next, and everybody's like, I'm like, how is it
who's
none
gonna
of
be
them?
Black Panther now? Oh,
it's gonna be a sister. I think it's gonna be a sister.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I didn't know if it should be his sister though, because his sister's very technically driven.
Yeah.
And I thought, maybe,
She's
but
more like an assistant.
that might be a good power. I think it's going to be his sister. Somebody's going to correct me.
Why not his wife girlfriend?
I don't know, but maybe it's a bloodline thing. I don't love the bloodline thing.
These are the questions.
This is an interesting question. I don't like the bloodline thing to make a superhero.
Who, like, other than Black Panther? What do you mean?
Yeah, like, I don't like the fact that you have to be, that somehow it can't just happen to anybody. You know what I mean? That it's like Thor. It's Thor's bloodline that gives him that
power. God.
Let's just get her a poster.
Conversation this is. Like,
it's
what?
not. I don't think it's ridiculous at all. Why do you think so many people love superhero movies then? Why do you think?
I love them because I love the idea that you could be spectacular. Like, you could be incredible and do something amazing, right? Like, I think everybody has that seed in them where they want to be. Well, not everybody, but most people have that kind of small thing where you're like, I want to be incredible. I want to be supernatural, extraordinary, do something that is impossible. And when you see people other than Thor, because he's a god, but when you see somebody like Spider-Man,
Helmsworth, can you just text her already?
Oh my, any of the Helmsworths.
I said Helmsworth. I just gave the last name because I know you're just throwing out that hook anywhere you can get it.
Liam is single, right? I am not.
You have a wife and children.
It's true. It's true. Maybe he likes baggage. I don't know. We'll see.
Baggage?
I'm just going to leave it open.
You just called your wife bag?
Listen, on paper it's not good, Liam, but we can work
Guys,
it out.
I'm going to have her wife on later. This is gonna,
it's true.
We might need to address this in a more serious way.
I think the idea of somebody like Spider-Man where it's like just this random one-off situation and he
gets this power and then he has.
Because he's bitten by a spider? Like, people think, oh my God, imagine.
Outside of Thor. Favorite superhero?
Ooh, I like Captain America.
Because of his chiseled jaw?
Because of his chiseled jaw. No, he's very not tall.
What about Captain America?
I just like the do-gooderness of it all. You know, like
always doing the right thing?
Yeah, I like that idea.
It's funny, I liked Captain America when he stopped doing the right thing. Or when everything was all gray.
Well, he still thought he was doing the right thing.
Yeah, but he kind of did and
Isn't that everybody?
Nah.
That's the problem.
I think I made a TikTok about that. I got yelled at a bunch.
About everybody thinking they're doing the right thing?
No, about everybody screaming that they're doing the right thing always. And somebody said, oh, that's what I do. All I do is scream at people. I don't think I yelled once.
You're very aggressive.
I'm very calm. I say, hun.
Never condescending.
Tilt my head. There's that word again.
If somebody calls me sweetheart.
Sweetheart's the bad one for you?
To the moon, Alice. Yeah, don't call me sweetheart. Don't.
That's how I say hun. Hun.
Yeah, you're not doing it in a nice way.
No. Well,
unless
sometimes.
It's like, if somebody's giving you McDonald's.
Thanks, hun.
Fine.
I do that.
Fine.
Okay, so
I don't know. I don't dislike
so you like Captain
anybody
America?
but Black Widow. I don't think.
It's interesting. This has been about Black Widow, and this is where you're.
I like Tony Stark, but I think I like Tony Stark because of Gwyneth Paltrow. Like, I like that dynamic of Pepper.
It's funny. I went back and watched. So I did the whole Gambit again. Not to bring the X-Men into anything, but I did the whole thing again recently because I thought in my memory, somebody asked me, what's your favorite standalone movie? And I thought it was Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
Until I watched it again.
Yeah.
I think I like the idea of Iron. See, I think guys like Iron Man, people are drawn to more because you didn't get bit by something, or you're not a god, or you weren't imbued with this power. You've somehow earned it.
Well, I mean, in
his
the way
money
that a white, privileged, wealthy man can earn it.
There's a diversion.
Yeah.
Let's talk about him and Bruce Banner. Him and
Bruce Wayne.
Thank you.
That's DC?
That's
I
DC.
do not like DC. I do not like
at
it.
all.
Guys.
Not at all.
Like, I like Wonder Woman because she's very attractive.
Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah. You would never watch Linda Carter? Old school Wonder Woman?
I had a Wonder Woman light switch growing up. She was my...
As does I think everybody
my
had
light
that light switch.
But I don't love DC.
Why
I don't
not?
care. I love... oh my God, what's his name? I can't even... Oh my God, who's the
Henry.
Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton.
I love Michael Keaton. He is wonderful.
Michael Keaton did a commencement address at a university, and he did the whole thing and told kids, go out, be whatever you want to be, all those like cliche whatever. And then he walked away from the mic, and then he came back to the mic and he goes, and remember, I am Batman. And I'm like, see, everybody just loves you a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know, the actor that isn't, you know, he's done a lot of things. He's
Totally.
gotten so many accolades.
Yeah.
And it really never came from Batman.
No.
But he knows. People
Well, he's
just...
Beetlejuice. Like, he's
Beetlejuice.
a lot.
That's twice.
Oh. I love Michael Keaton, but I don't care about, and I love, guys, this has really just turned into people that I find attractive. I love Henry Cavill.
Because he does this.
And he's so handsome,
Right?
and he's like 6'4", and just
tall.
just tall. But you don't think he's attractive?
If anybody would like to date Stacey Greenliving,
Any.
apparently her wife doesn't get in the way.
She's
But
not
if you
tall.
are over 6'4",
Over 6'4" and up.
please find her on TikTok, Stacey Greenliving.
I love Henry Cavill. But
So you didn't like that Superman? Because I thought he did a great job.
I didn't love that Lois Lane. Like, I like Amy Adams. But
Now, have you seen the 1978 Superman? By the way, let me just...
like the original?
The original 1978.
I didn't know if that was the title of the one that I've...
Well, it's not called
What's
1978 Superman.
What's his face? Christopher
Reeves.
I call him
The
Chris.
title isn't
I call him
1978
Chris.
Superman.
We're on a first name
Me and
basis.
Chris.
I have.
All
Where they fly through the air in the...
I read... She's talking about the flipping. The mirror.
The bad guys.
Yeah, the Shadowland or whatever. Anyways, people at Marvel, before they write any Marvel movie, any superhero movie, before they start any project, I read, they watch that movie. Because
Why?
that is the archetype
The
of the
stand.
best superhero movie ever. So how could you not like that? That's
I
it.
don't know. I think-
They're all watching it.
I don't love it.
I'm going to need more of an answer.
I
What's that?
know.
Don't love it?
I think I was well, not born, first of all, when it came out.
Oh, there we go again.
So
I swear to God.
I feel like I'm watching, like, I didn't grow up with it. Like, I grew up with superhero stuff. I think my dad really liked, like, I watched a lot of Star Trek, a lot of Next
Did you
Generation.
just put Star Trek in with superheroes?
Yeah, I'm trying to-
That's a different...
But it's fantasy. It's still like sci-fi kind of fantasy stuff. So I think that's probably where my love of it came from. But we never watched Superman. I just don't love DC. Until Batman came out, the original Batman, Michael Keaton. I loved him. And what's her face?
You don't
What
have
was
a
her name?
reason.
Kim
You
Basinger?
can't...
No.
Kim Basinger was,
Is that right?
was in the first Batman,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and
I just find
Jack
Marvel,
Nicholson was amazing.
Marvel has a humor aspect, I think, that I love. They bring a lot of comedy into all of their stuff.
So that's what you're looking for.
For
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. That sarcasm,
Yeah.
that whatever.
Entertain me.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and that's probably that's interesting. The two first Thors you really like because he didn't get funny till Ragnarok.
No, I know. But again, the attractiveness, right?
Tall.
Henry Cavill is never funny.
Trump.
There's no humor in those. They're pretty dark.
But see, so your favorite superhero? Did we decide? Did you land on one?
I think it's Thor.
Thor. But he's a god. I mean, okay. But and why would he? But besides his attractiveness,
Like-
what is it about Thor that is like this is the superhero? If you couldn't see him, for the love of God.
Because I like that. I like sci-fi. I like supernatural stuff. I like gods. I'm reading a book about fairies right now. I like vampires.
Okay, so
I'm really bearing my soul to you guys here. This is a lot of
her fairy book, by the way, we can't even get into
very
because it's
sensual.
dodgy.
Sarah J. Moss.
Stop.
A Court of Thorn and Roses, guys. It's a whole series.
It's about fairy sex.
Highly recommend.
Whew,
It's very love.
so why Thor? Why? Because of fantasy. You just think because of fantasy.
I think, yeah. I think 'cause
Nothing that he's... See, my
I like
favorite...
otherworldly stuff.
But Superman is from Krypton.
This is true. We never see Krypton.
Well, sure you do. You
For
see him
45 seconds.
Flashbacks.
But
There's a whole TV series
I just don't think he's
based on
funny.
it.
I don't like the way he's written. Maybe.
But again, I think he's more...
Who's your favorite?
Is Superman.
Really?
Hands down.
Including Marvel?
7 days a week, twice on Sundays.
Oh my God, Joanna.
Here's why, though. Superman always does... You talk about who does what's right, he does. Every single time.
Sure.
Every single time he does what's right. When his powers get taken away, he does what's right. He all of his tests, all of his... Anything he's ever going to do, he does what's right. At some point, with the whole Batman versus Superman, everybody loves to talk about Batman killed Superman, yada, yada, yada. But it's because... Well, he did. In the comic, he did. And then in the movie, he did.
Well, Superman sounds like kind of a loser.
But Superman kind of let him.
Can we talk about how awful Aquaman is for a second?
But he is...
Speaking of tall, handsome
pretty,
men. I love him.
Okay.
I can't even get past it, even with his attractiveness.
But why do you even make Aquaman?
So awful. What a waste. I love you.
She loves Aquaman.
I love you, and I love Lisa Bonet.
He is lovely, by the way, in person.
Totally,
I have met
he's
him.
lovely.
He is hysterical.
You met him in person?
Yeah, I met him at a Comic-Con.
He's so tall
I love
too,
all
right?
Comic-Cons. He is very tall, and he comes out, and the best part about him is he doesn't take any of this seriously.
No.
Not even a shred of it.
No.
Like, he's walking around making however much money, married to a hot wife, which, by the way, is his only goal in his whole life was to get to that woman.
But he did it.
And he did it.
Good for you.
I think he did it with Aquaman. I'm not too sure. But he is lovely. Absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
Doesn't take he played really bad like heavy metal music to drown out other things. He was very funny.
Terrible movie though.
Yeah, it was.
Speaking of DC.
It was, but he is pretty.
So beautiful. But I can't get past it.
But going back to Superman, because
Yes.
he, like I said, always does what's right. And anything about Batman that sees the evil in him or the potential evil, that's Batman.
But that's human.
him.
He's not human.
What's what?
Superman's not human.
But his soul is human.
You know
He
what I
was
don't like?
raised here.
I don't
to
like
the most human people ever.
how he's talking down to me and thinks I'm stupid with the glasses. Like, you think I don't know who you are? You think putting on a suit, slicking your hair back, and putting on a pair of spectacles, that's embarrassing for me.
You know who did it better? And this is the part. Well, yeah, sure. But I think it also goes to it. I'm going to give a really good metaphor to that in a second because I think people see what they want to see. But you got to go watch the 1978 version because
the 1978 version.
Christopher Reeves does dorky, pathetic,
Yes.
nervous, bumbling. There is no way that guy was Superman.
He very clearly was.
But Henry Cavill doesn't do dorky.
He can't.
He's too hot.
He's too handsome.
It's true. He's too ginormous.
He's huge. And you know what? He really loves his dog in real life, and I think that's part of the pull.
Here's the
He
metaphor.
has a dog that he loves so much.
This is the metaphor.
And he has an accent. Have you seen
What?
The Witcher?
A what?
The Witcher?
No. What's his accent?
English.
Oh, he's British. Here's the metaphor. So I look like this. Guys, I've looked like this for
those of you who are listening.
For those of you listening.
What do you look like, Joe? Oh.
I look very much like a lesbian.
Yes.
Short hair, whatever. I think that I don't, like, I present like this, right? The right hair, the right t-shirt, jeans, baggy shoes, sometimes a hat, which people get pissed about. But people still come up to me at parent-teacher interview and say, I have my son.
They do see what they want to see.
He's single.
Yeah.
He's a doctor. He's a firefighter. He's a whatever. Mm-hmm. I think you guys, and I sit there and I very lovely say I'm taken, but I still stare at them and be like, I don't know if you're just not seeing me or if you don't work in stereotypes, which is lovely. I get that. But I don't know if that's true. I just think that gay is so far out of their field of view that they don't see anything.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, I understand what you're saying. What was the connection there?
Oh, because that's the same with Superman.
Oh, I see.
I think the idea that you're in the space of a superhero, I think the idea that you are, that could possibly be an issue. People just don't see it.
Yeah. But the world doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Not one person's like, hang on.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, because we see what we expect.
Why don't you wear contacts?
And nope. I think his perfect eyes would spit them out.
Yeah, they would. I don't love him. I'm sorry. He's not my fave. I prefer Marvel so much.
I have to address something, right? I can't not address something. My cat right now is trying to lie on our main light source. Mm-hmm. She likes it. It gives off heat. She has now curled herself around it. And
it's just good lighting for her.
Her face is on it. I'm sure she's blind at this point.
But it's warm.
I'm not too sure what's going on. She might tip it over at any given moment.
That's the question.
Yeah, as long as we look okay. Look, he's
Oh,
right in her
there
retina.
you go.
There
Perfect.
you go. All right. All right. So we got Thor. We got Superman. The worst MCU standalone movie. The one you're just like, I can't, because I watched them all, And what's the one where you're like, I just want to skip over top of that one? Because I do love a lot of them.
I hated Winter Soldier.
Yeah. You hated Winter Soldier.
Yeah. I didn't care. I don't care about Bucky.
You don't? I'm going to need to take a moment. Guys,
I don't care about Bucky.
You don't care about Bucky?
I don't at all. I really liked WandaVision. I know that's not a movie.
Interesting.
But I liked WandaVision. I do find it weird that what's his name? The robot guy from Iron Man, the guy that runs everything. With the Vision. I feel like he's 100.
I don't think he's a robot.
And not a robot, but he was a.
You don't like Vision? I
do like Vision, but I don't know if he should be dating Wanda.
Because he's too old?
Yeah.
He was Guys, this is a whole other thing. I'm going to take a pause. We are going to come right back to talk about Winter Soldier and the fact that she doesn't like Vision, the sweetest person in the MCU.
I like Vision.
Please stand by. Okay, I took a moment. I had to take a bit of a knee. I had to reassess our friendship. Mm-hmm. I'm going to try to get through this. So you think, first of all, he was just born.
Okay,
Vision was born. Just born.
Into a physical body, but he had a consciousness forever.
But so he has all of this knowledge, you think because he's too smart, he doesn't get to date her?
You don't think he looked a little old for Mary-Kate and Ashley's sister?
Oh my goodness. Talk about association. I can't.
I just don't see them as a couple. I don't see them as a couple.
The Scarlet Witch is in everybody's head all the time. She might have a lot of that knowledge too.
I mean, sure.
He loves her. He wants to protect her.
She loves him also. Yes. I just don't love the pairing.
Okay, best pairing. You gotta like Tony Stark and probably
I love Pepper Potts and Tony.
She's amazing.
Big time.
She is. Anyone else?
I like Captain America's lady.
Oh wait, so you don't like Bucky?
Oh, I don't like Bucky. Yeah. I tried. I love Marvel. I watched it.
Have you watched Winter the Falcon Soldier?
I tried. Didn't you not find that boring as hell?
It got better.
I didn't get to the point where I got better. I feel like I watched 4 episodes.
Oh, you needed to wait. I think, people say you needed to kind of wait until you're in it because he's your kind of sarcasm.
But that's a real problem for me. Why do I have to wait to get into something? Like I don't want to invest 4 episodes before I really get into it. Like The Office, when you watch The Office,
you got to take a minute.
That's too many
Stacey
minutes.
Greenliving.
When you watch The Office, the first episode is like a pilot. So you're gonna assume. You even told me the first couple episodes of Buffy are terrible.
It's not the first couple episodes, guys. It's the first 16. It's season 1.
Okay,
it's
so
not terrible.
No.
It's just allowing people, if you're going to jump. The reason why they do it, and they do it in a lot of shows, if you're going to jump in, and this doesn't really matter in I don't think in your show, but if you're going to jump in, you're not going to have missed major plot points or character development.
No,
that's why.
No, I'm just saying, like the very first, there's no character development. Like you don't know who these people are, so you got to give it a second. But like I know who Bucky is. I know who Falcon is. I don't think I should wait 4 episodes to be like, oh, I'm roped in, I'm invested, because I'm not.
That's a hard no.
That's a hard no for me.
That's a hard no.
I like Bucky. I like Bucky as, a best friend to Captain America. Cool.
But not
as a side character, as a lead, I'm not into it. And how tall is that actor?
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
This is all about height discrimination.
I'm just kidding. But no, I don't love Bucky. You loved it?
I didn't love it, but no, I didn't love it. I didn't mind it, but I liked the progression. I liked where they're going with it, and I liked the bad guy. So you didn't even wait. You didn't stick around long enough to see
the TV show or for the
TV show. The girl that's kind of the bad guy, but not really the bad guy. I like a lot of ambiguity in my bad guy. No. Oh. No, but because it's after the blip and everybody comes back and who's getting stuff. And I like the social sort of economic commentary on the world that that they live in.
I like the other guy that comes in and steps up to Captain America.
No, you do not.
I do.
How are we friends?
I do. I'm questioning it.
The guy with the giant jaw?
Yeah. I do. He's from some other show. He was
not to
best
ruin
friend.
it for you, but he becomes a bad guy. Just, you know what else who comes into it? And this should make everybody want to watch it, because she is my favorite person on the planet. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
Oh no! I love her. It's Louis. Julia Louis-Dreyfus.
What did I say?
Louise.
Whatever. Julia.
I love her. Veep is
the best.
The best.
So now she's in MCU. I think you
Come
saw.
on.
Yeah. I think you saw a snippet Only people who watch my TikTok will understand that.
It's not
A snippet of something in another movie, and now she's like the main government agent that's going to run
Elaine?
the bad Captain America.
I love her.
I'm waiting for her to dance.
I'll watch it just for that. I love Elaine. I didn't know she was in it.
There you go.
See, because I wasn't invested.
But you should.
They should have put her in the first episode then.
I've just given you.
Christ almighty.
Sometimes, guys, you got to make it through certain things to get to the good stuff. This is a solid life lesson.
No, that's not. Sometimes you need to show your hand right out of the gate so people know what you're all about.
Test your viewers. I think you gotta test how bad do they want it.
Not enough. Not bad enough.
You're gonna get through all 16 episodes.
I won't. You have
to.
I've already put it in the back. It's already filed. I've already filed it.
You're watching it, damn it. You have to.
I don't.
You agreed
while
you're recovering.
You want to know something else that I cannot finish, and you're going to be so devastated because I think the ending of it is actually pretty good, and this has nothing to do with Marvel. I can only get to maybe the 5th. I'm really trying of Mandalorian.
You know what?
I'm really trying. Like, I don't love Star Wars. I really don't. But I'm like, I'll give it a shot. You know, it's my genre. I like it. But I'm having a real trouble.
I found it boring too.
Yeah.
I did.
Man.
I'm not gonna lie.
And I heard it picks up at the end.
It does. It gets better and whatever. I spent the first 8 episodes trying to figure out how that's Baby Yoda because it's not really Baby Yoda.
It's not Baby Yoda.
But I didn't know that. So in my head, I'm like, that can't be Baby Yoda. Why are there stormtroopers?
It's not. It's not Baby Yoda. It's just that race.
I had to research Google.
I love the sound. Like I love the music that they have chosen for Mandalorian. I love This Is the Way.
I love that they kicked that woman off for being a Trump supporting horrible person.
I don't even know any of the backstory.
Yeah, one of the the woman who she's like, I don't know if she's a Mandalorian, but she's wicked fit. She's really strong. Yeah.
She's a wrestler in real life, right?
Is she?
I think so.
Anyway, she posted a lot of horrible stuff, and then they bounced her out.
Really?
See you later.
Oh, that's too bad for her.
She was gonna get her own spin-off.
No.
Gotta go.
Wow, that's too bad.
It's also the moral of the story. Don't support Trump. I'm gonna flat out say that.
Don't make bad choices.
I'm gonna lose followers for that. I'm fine with that. Were they really following? They were.
They were not.
No, they didn't want. They took one look at me and went, "No, thank you."
That is not your demographic.
No, thank you. No. I got a Black Panther shirt on and this haircut.
And a lesbian. Well, you can lesbian.
That was the haircut was insinuating.
I don't love it.
All right, the one movie, you're going to wrap it up. The one movie or the one story or the one thing that you want to see out of MCU. You could, anything?
I don't know MCU like you know MCU. I don't go to Comic-Con. I know
doing
what they
here?
tell me to watch. Like, I don't know. You
want another movie. Obviously, you want, another Thor?
Yeah, but they're doing another Thor.
So that's what you want. That's what you're most excited about.
Is Natalie Portman coming back? You know what? They did that clip. I watched the trailer, and there was, like, all the next upcoming kind of MCUs that are coming out.
Yeah.
And I liked that. I'm pumped about that because I think Natalie Portman comes back, but she's more of a main something. And there was something else that I really wanted to watch. What was that clip, that trailer? Do you remember?
I can't remember all the different ideas that were in it.
There was a couple things that I was like, ooh. There's nothing that I was like, meh, I'm all right. I could do without another Captain Marvel.
No, give her a minute. First of all, I think they're switching her out. I don't think it's her. I don't think it's Brie Larson. I think they're switching Brie Larson out.
Why? Because she's named after cheese? Is that why?
She's so funny on Twitter.
I love Brie Larson. I love Brie Larson.
And you know where I first saw Brie Larson? And I swear to God, we're going to wrap this up. God, I could talk about movies and TV forever.
I know this wasn't about Black Widow at all.
It rolled. It was still kind of. We're going to roll. Oh, watch this. Watch this. Full around.
Here we go.
Brie Larson.
Yes.
Was in a TV show called The United States of Tara.
Yes.
Which was have you seen that?
No, but I know what you're talking about.
So it's 3 seasons of amazing, and Brie Larson was in that. And here's the roundup. In my opinion, that show, and I think it was before its time, was the epitome of a strong female lead about her issues and about the way she's going to deal with them, and all the other characters were side notes. And I think it wasn't given its credit and wasn't giving its push. Because it was just women.
Probably.
I honestly believe that. Because it's a fantastic show that got canceled way too soon.
Do I love Black Widow? It was pretty good. Do I love that it was directed by a woman, produced by a woman, women decided the fight scene? Absolutely. Yeah. And it turned it into a, not look how cute my outfit is, but I'm an actual badass,
Absolutely.
spy, this is what I do. So I loved that aspect of it. I loved the strong female lead. I loved the fact that there was not a man that came in to save her.
And nobody had a boyfriend.
Nobody had a boyfriend.
My God, I didn't even think about that till right now.
Like the dad was such a tool.
Nobody had
Like
a boyfriend.
A well-meaning tool, but like...
And that was my biggest problem with Wonder Woman. To be honest, I loved it. I loved Gal Gadot, but I'm like, oh, is it all about really? It's all about Steve?
Not on the island of Lesbos, it wasn't.
I want a whole movie on that island.
Robin Wright.
With Robin Wright.
Also.
There we go.
Come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Buttercup.
We're going to leave it on Buttercup. Nice. That was a Princess Bride reference for any of you folks. But I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joanna.
For joining me again. Please go watch Buffy.
Fine.
Thank you.
Watch The Office.
I'm going to watch The Office. You're going to watch Buffy. And we're going to come back.
Deal.
And we're going to decide what the best show is.
I mean, it's decided.
Please comment below. Have a good day, guys. Dismissed.